Hi, guys. So I wanted to pop on and do a full moon reading. I realize the full moon is literally in 2 days. Happy June. Welcome to June 1st. Yeah, so I realized the full moon is in 2 days, and I was like, what's happening? What's going on here? Like, why haven't it just didn't dawn on me until somebody said something today, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't done a full moon reading. So here we are. Couple of things real quick. We are moving into a new place in exactly a week from today. And we're working to, like, all of our savings were taken up by literally being homeless. I don't know how people can be homeless. It's so incredibly expensive, especially when you're trying to stay safe and not live in your car while being homeless. So all of our savings is wiped out, and we are needing to fill our apartment. We don't have anything. We need furniture, we need silverware, we need dishes, we need like everything. So I have my June calendar open, and most of my astrology and tarot readings are 20% off. If you would like to get an astrology or tarot reading and help to support us to get some furniture, that would be awesome. I am taking a break on doing the one-on-one Zoom readings for July. I don't think I'm going to do it in August. I think I'll be back on doing the Zoom readings in August. I'm rearranging the way that I'm going to be doing readings and stuff just so that my energy levels can be utilized better, I guess. I'm feeling really good. The positive side is that my medication is on point right now. I've seen all of my doctors. Everything is going really well, and we're hoping that it stays that way. Fingers crossed. We all know that this terminal cancer that I have can kind of like sideswipe us and blindside us sometimes. So it's really nice to be able to feel like everything is just sort of going well. So yeah, so 20% off in June, and get those one-on-ones. If you've been wanting to do a one-on-one tarot reading with me, or there's Poof or a one-on-one astrology reading with me, now is the time to do it. So let's take a look at, oh, there it is. I was looking for my cards. Let's take a look at the astrology. We are going to do a card reading as well, but let's take a look at the astrology. Sorry that the lighting is a little funky today. So I wonder if I can change. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can lighten this up a little bit on just this part right here. See if I can do that. Oh, wow, that works. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. It's a smaller screen, but that's fine. We'll go with that. Okay, so here's the Sagittarius full moon. This is happening at 9:40 p.m. Mountain Time on Saturday night, on Saturday, June 3rd. So it'll be 11:40 p.m. Eastern and 8:40 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, that's right. 10:40 p.m. Central. And we have this full moon happening at 13 degrees. So this full moon, if you look at this, there's like this huge, it's like a star. It's like a 5-point star that we're seeing here. And this full moon is going, like, the intensity of this full moon is literally going to be taking the attachments out of your life. If you notice here, we have, this isn't the biggest aspect that's happening, but it's going to be a really intense aspect because it's going to act as if it's a full moon. We have Venus here at 28 degrees Cancer, and we have Pluto here at 0 degrees Aquarius during the full moon. And so there's this opposition that's happening. And Venus opposite Pluto, in a lot of ways can bring up arguments. It can bring up arguments, especially if people are triggering your ego, or if you have attachments to certain things that are triggering your ego. this is really going to bring up a lot of stuff. We also have Mercury conjunct Uranus. Mercury is now in full go mode, out of post shadow period as of yesterday, and really in like full speed. And now he will be conjoined to Uranus during the full moon. So there will be massive changes. Wherever Taurus is happening in your chart, there's going to be some unexpected shifts. So if you have things planned, like I'm thinking about this because 4 days or 5 days after this full moon is when we're moving into the apartment. And so I'm sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, what are all the things that could go wrong? Wow. So expect the unexpected. Like, honestly, you know, really expecting the unexpected is going to be the easiest way to get through all of this. But also at the same time, you guys, we get to manifest during this time. Now, one of the things about manifesting, and I want to make this, you know, very, you know, clear. One of the things that I've realized about manifesting is, you know, it's a lot about just taking responsibility and accountability for your life. It's very easy to manifest things into your life when you are taking things slowly, when you're allowing yourself to look at everything from a point of view of like, am I rushing something so that I can satisfy a desire, or am I being patient and honest with myself on the direction that I want to go in, so I don't have to like relearn the lessons later. Venus opposite Pluto really digs into our psyche. This is probably going to bring up more inner turmoil than it will outer turmoil. Where will there be some things probably that don't go as planned in your life? Absolutely. Very real possibility for things to not go as you expected or as you planned in your life during this time. But reminding yourself that there's that shift, we have to have the change. We have to have the shift. I don't know about you guys, but the other day I was like, man, I just can't wait till my life is boring again. Like, it'll be so great when everything slows down and everything's not like constantly in this like change and transformation mode. Even though I'm really used to things like that, it's exhausting. You get to a certain point and you're just like, oh my God, I just want life to be boring again. So, the not suffering part, the not putting yourself through the suffering part has a lot to do with not arguing with or battling your own ego. And that takes a lot of practice. Like, that's not an overnight process. That doesn't happen overnight. But what you can do is during times like this astrology, like during times like these astrological moments, we can look at the things that are changing in our life and we can say, okay, I can either fight against this, or I can recognize that there are certain things that need to change in my life, and there are certain things that need to go. Sometimes life throws us curveballs out of the blue when we're not even doing, like, we thought that we've done everything that we were supposed to do and everything was going fine and dandy and life was great, and then life throws us a curveball, and that doesn't have anything to do with us. It may have everything to do with the person that threw the curveball, right? And one of those battles, and I feel like that this is what's coming up for this full moon. One of the battles that I see is that people who do not want to pay attention to what's happening in their own life interfere with others. People who are bored in their own lives and people who do not want to pay attention and fix their own lives want to deeply interfere with other people's lives for no reason. It's like you have so much disturbed peace inside of you that you want to go out and disturb other people's peace. And that's what I feel like this full moon is going to be bringing up. Sagittarius is Jupiterian ruled. And Sagittarius is where we expand ourselves and we learn and we have growth and knowledge. And Sagittarius is all about traveling and, existing in a more vast space and time. And So allowing ourselves to see very clearly, because right now the veil is pretty thin. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but it's very easy. My friend and I were even talking the other day about how certain energies and spirits are contacting us in our dream state. Even I found myself having night terrors recently, which rarely happened. I found myself, like talking and walking in my sleep, which rarely happens. That usually only happens when my subconscious is disturbed. So it's really interesting. It's not even on the physical plane that people are messing with us. It's even in the astral plane that people are messing with us. So allowing ourselves to have that protection and knowing and having that knowledge, like this full moon is bringing us knowledge, whatever that knowledge is that you need to know specifically for your life. You'll have to like really pay attention and see wherever this Sagittarius full moon is landing for you. For me, the Sagittarius full moon, cat is insane. He likes to hunt all of the flies and moths and stuff that have been, we've had like this moth infestation in Colorado this spring, and he likes to hunt all the flies and the moths. So, yeah, so let this moon bring you the information that you need to know. And that information is going to tell you everything about the attachments that you have, the ideas and belief systems that you have, anything that you are strongly attached to that is keeping you restricted within your life. Mercury conjunct Uranus, you cannot take this lightly. Anything that you are restricting yourself with, a belief system, an idea, anything like that is going to be really, really loud. And it's going to be up to you on whether you really want to change that attachment or that idea for yourself and go with the flow of the shift. The other thing that we have, and this might be overrun by all of these oppositions that are happening during this full moon, Venus trine Neptune. This is actually a really creative, like if you can stay calm, if you can say, I feel like this is going to be a day where we are like releasing a lot of emotions, but hear me out. If you can stay calm, relatively calm, and you can get through this full moon without having to release all of those demons, it could be, and really even this could happen after you release the demons too, you could have very much of a creative time. This could even be very advantageous for like a love connection. Now that's only going to be for a small percentage of people, and really only if you are already in a love connection that has healthy attachments to it, I guess is the way to say that. But yeah, this is definitely not a day to like, I would not start a new project with this full moon. I would release all the things that you feel like are holding you back from starting new things. I would let go of any of the belief systems or ideas that you might have that are keeping you stuck in the place that you're in. And remember that, it's not always about feeling like negative, like I don't like the thing, there's no fear with this. Like I don't want you guys to hold fear. Change and transformation is a natural part of life. It's really literally the only thing that we can count on is that things are going to change, things are going to transform, and things are going to change. And the thing that we need to do is just to be open to the process and to see what it is that we can help exist through that. So let's look, let's see what it is that we are, surrendering. Yeah, like this is really making space for your passions to come out in a big, big way. We also, having that Jupiter conjunct North Node, which is actually today, it's exact today. So thinking bigger, dreaming bigger, making things happen for you. That's how this is all going to be created for you. But your surrender card is, here, let me push this back a little bit so you guys can kind of see the table. Okay. Surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Surrender to passion. Let's see what the cards have to say. Wow, there's a lot of people in this reading. There's a lot of people in this reading, and it feels like I love this. I feel like you're reminiscing. I feel like there's some reminiscing that's happening. I think that this is in a really big way, there's reminiscing. So the Hermit card was the first card that came out, and then we have the Six of Cups. I'm using this Spellcaster's Tarot, by the way. I haven't used this in a really long time. And then we have the King of Cups next to the Six of Cups. Then we have the King of Pentacles. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And then together came the Seven of Pentacles and the Emperor. So clearly we're meant to be planting our seeds and then not trying to control how it looks. Right? That Seven of Pentacles and the Emperor at the very end absolutely screams in a lot of ways, like plant your seeds, but don't get stuck on the idea of what they're going to look like. Okay. I feel like for this full moon that we're all going inward. Like I even said this to a friend of mine recently. I was like, this full moon is probably going to be more about the inner turmoil and the inner battle than anything happening on the outside. But a lot of that inner turmoil and inner battle happens because of the things that are going on the outside, right? So I feel like you have a lot of friends here that are helping you to plant the seeds for this coming part. It feels like there's a camaraderie almost, and it feels like it's like soulmate potential, right? And when I talk about soulmates, I don't necessarily just mean romantic. I mean all across the board. People can be your soulmates. I have several dear girlfriends who are family and soulmates, and I mean, it doesn't have to be a romantic attachment for you to be a soulmate with someone else, okay? So it does feel like during this time, you're sort of on this hermit's journey, if you will. And being on the hermit's journey is a time of reflection, going inward. One of the reasons why Virgos overthink is because they have hermit journeys all the time, and they don't necessarily know how to pull themselves out of a hermit's journey. Sometimes it kind of takes a lot to do that. So I feel like while you're going on this hermit's journey, there are other, like, I want you to find that passion inside of you, and I want you to share it with the people that also bring passion and all of that into your life. Like, I want this to be kind of like a community effort of things that are going on. That's what this feels like to me. Like, you don't have to control how these seeds are going to grow, because there's a lot of work that's going on behind the scenes without you even realizing it. So you just like plant the seeds and then hands off. Hermit. Let's see. Let's clarify the Hermit. Oh, yes. For some of you, this is a journey of moving away from the past. Ooh. So meditating on what this Two of, like I said, soulmates, right? What this Two of Cups is. For some of you, you could have either met somebody very recently, or you just want like for some of you, you're recognizing that the way that you used to be attracted to people is changing. And that's what this hermit journey, remember we talked about like getting rid of the attachments, getting rid of the ideas. I don't think of relationships in the same way that I used to. I actually think of relationships as something that helps me to open up more, where in the past it used to close me down because I was in really unhealthy and toxic relationships. And now that I have learned myself how to have healthy relationships, I only surround myself with people that celebrate me. At a certain time in your life, like, and these people that celebrate me, they also challenge me. That's the beauty of having a healthy relationship. You can have challenges with people, and you can have, you can have challenges with people, and you can work really well with people when you're in a healthy connection with them, because it's, you work through your issues. You don't just keep on cycling through your issues. You actually get them taken care of, and you actually work through them. So for some of you, you're recognizing that you want something different, that you want something that celebrates you more. And that's exactly what you're going to go out and do. You have the Fool on the Six of Cups. There's this need and desire to start something new. And I feel like it's in a very childlike wonder kind of way. Like, you don't want to, like, man, life is just too fucking serious, you guys. And I feel like this full moon might be helping to realize, like, might be helping to show people that they just are taking life too seriously. And that might be the attachment that they have, that life has to be this serious, disastrous mess. Nine of Cups on the King of Cups. So, yeah, there's this desire to manifest what you want. But I feel like there's this also this, because Mars is in Leo now. So let's talk about something real quick. Mars is in Leo. Mars hasn't been in a fire sign for a year. And now that Mars is in a fire sign, everybody's like, sex, 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 right? And that's great and dandy. I love sex. I'm a big fan. Just utilizing it as our creative force. Sexual energy is not just putting two bodies together and doing the deed. That is not what sexual energy is. Sexual energy is very creative energy. That's where we get our amazing project ideas from. That's where we, allow ourselves to have that passion and have that spark of creativity and light. And you can do so many things when you have this bounty of sexual energy, if you can control it. Okay. A lot of people, like, we haven't been feeling this kind of passion and fire inside of us for a really long time. And everybody just wants to smash now. And it's like, rein it in, rein it in. There's a lot about humans not having enough willpower. And I think that when we're manifesting, or when we're really wanting something to, come to fruition in our life, and we're just sitting there and we're like, oh, I really want this thing really, really bad. And then it doesn't happen. And then we think, well, manifesting doesn't work. Except manifesting does work. You just have to really, you have to be able to tap into what it is that your soul wants and be patient for it to show up, instead of having that quick fix desire fascination happening. If you're able to wait and be patient for something, it always comes in way better than it was if you rushed it and forced something to happen, because then it's not really aligned. If you're forcing things to happen, they're not really aligned. So for some of you, you're really manifesting a partnership. You're manifesting a partnership that you want to have, and you're starting fresh and starting new with it, and in a very childlike wonder way. For others of you, this feels like a community effort. Like, I feel like we're gathering people, and we're starting new relationships, and we're starting new endeavors, and we're planting seeds. And And when we have like a community effort like that, and we're coming together and we're all coming together to do it, to grow the seeds that have been planted and to have these wonderful creative ideas, when we're doing that as a group, then everybody has their role. And nobody gets overwhelmed or exhausted or frustrated or left out. You know what I mean? When everybody is doing their part. Okay, love this. Okay, yep. Bottom of the deck is the moon. Welcome to the full moon. Here we are. Okay. The Magician with the King of Pentacles. Really getting grounded, tapping into that magician feeling. There's definitely someone in the group that is manifesting emotionally. There's someone in the group that is manifesting with all the tools they have available to manifest. There are cycles that are ending. For some of you, there's a cycle that's ending with a particular person in your life so that you can open up with another. The thing here, there's a lot going on in this reading, and at the end of all of it, at the end of this reading, it's moving from a rough place to a calmer place. That Six of Swords. Come here. Come here. He's yelling at Henry. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's not listening to me. Okay. So we're moving from rough waters to calmer waters. The Six of Swords. And I feel like the movement from rough waters to calmer waters has to do with everybody playing their part and everybody taking on their role and everybody coming together in like in a sacred. Come here. You want to come up here? Come here. Come here. Come say hi to everyone. Here we go. He's just. You say hi? You say hi? He's so funny. Yeah, so closing out cycles and reminding ourselves that we have people. We don't have to do this alone. There's been a lot in the last couple of years about doing things, about doing things on your own. Okay. I'm going to end this now. It's so crazy in my house. Okay. I love you guys. Take care. We'll see each other really soon. Bye.